God, it looks so good. I'm gonna miss her.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel in the BMW again today. A joyous Sunday here in Greenville, South Carolina. I, however, have to say that this might turn out to be sort of a bittersweet video. And it wasn't one that I was thinking I would be making anytime soon, but nonetheless, here we are today. But I got the Dragy out, so you might have seen in the last video, I'm not sure what order these are going to go up in. Did a couple of pulls. Very consistent 0 to 60 times with this car, which is awesome. However, it's low to mid sixes, which is no bueno. As you know, I haven't really been sure about what I wanted to do. Initially, my plan was to just go for it, make some big power with this thing. But the idea was that this was going to be a project for the channel, and is going to be a source of a lot of content, and help grow the channel and help grow the speed culture community. And obviously that was the point of the investment. Now I started right away with these BMW videos saying that I did not intend for them to be how-to videos, because there's tons of how-to videos dealing specifically with the N54 platform on YouTube already, and it just didn't make a lot of sense. However, I didn't realize that the fact that there are so many of those type of videos out there already, that it would sort of be a factor that demotivates me in this case. Accumulating parts and doing installation videos and sharing tips and tricks, that's a big motivator for me when it comes to the Q50. There's a lot of G37, a lot of VQ37 content out there on YouTube, but there's also there's a number of videos that maybe aren't that great, or they don't show a lot of detail, and some people are sort of starving for detailed information, and that's motivating to me. I can buy a new part, I can look on YouTube and see that there's only 1 or 2 videos out there, maybe several more, but 1 or 2 that are only halfway decent or relatively decent. So it gives me an opportunity to kind of fill a void. I can approach it from a different standpoint or a different perspective, give some of my insight and background in order to help everyone else that's following along. But for the BMW, you can literally find dozens, if not hundreds, of videos about the same thing. And looking at that, it's like, well, I got a new part, or I'm doing this task, or changing this item, or whatever, and there's already 40 people that have done it, and it just kind of takes that wind out of my sails. So although the car is a lot of fun and it's really enjoyable, I like driving it, and the potential is there. The potential is there for the car, but I just don't know that the potential is there for the quality content. So here we are today. Long story short, the car is listed for sale. I know it's crazy. Just got it kind of running right, treating me right. It's been a solid daily driver for the last few weeks, and I've really enjoyed it. But it's been a difficult decision to make. But I've just done some contemplating, some thinking, and the decision was made. And actually, by the time this video goes up, the car's been listed for sale for a couple of days. And in fact, I have someone interested in looking at it. I have several people interested in looking at it, actually, and I've turned some people down because I just wasn't sure if I wanted to let it go or not. But I think I'm going to meet with the guy this afternoon. He's local. I said, have cash, because if you're not ready to buy, if you're not a serious buyer today, I might pull it off the listing. But he said he's got cash in hand, ready to go, so I guess we'll see what happens. Meeting this guy early this afternoon if he doesn't bug out on me, and there's a chance I'll let it go. So I guess maybe the next time we pick up, I might be meeting with the dude, or the deal might already be done. So stick around for me. Well, in typical Facebook Marketplace and Craigslist selling adventures, the guy was a no-show. Well, not technically a no-show. He did flake on me, but he did send me a message, let me know some things came up. He wasn't able to make it. He plans on taking a look at the car a little bit later this week, but I also have another guy interested in Augusta, Georgia, that's willing to make the trip all the way here and take a look at the car later this week. So car's got a good chance of going away. I don't want to jinx it because I would like to sell the car. But like I said at the beginning, the whole purpose of this car was to fill a void. The purpose of my channel is to fill a void on YouTube with content creation that people find value in. And like I said, the BMW sounded like a good idea. It was a good idea for, it allowed me to get into a turbo car and do some fun things and enjoy a BMW. But what I'm finding, or what I've found, and maybe I should have done a little bit more research, was that there's so many videos out there already, it's almost impossible to provide value or a different perspective on this car. So I think I'm just kind of spinning my wheels, no pun intended. But I find something that I like about nearly everything. Maybe not a Prius, okay? But all sorts of vehicles I'm a big fan of. And if you guys have any input, leave it in the comment section below. What you think I maybe should get for next project. Maybe think a little outside of the box. I'm trying to, keep the dollar amount down, because I do have to buy a vehicle for my daughter here coming up. Maybe we'll make that a channel vehicle too. So hopefully she gets something cool. But anyway, leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you think I should get, or if you feel really, really strongly that I should keep this BMW, because every day that I drive this thing, it just becomes more and more enjoyable, to be honest with you. It's fun to drive. It's nice and torquey. It looks good. It feels good. Super comfortable vehicle. The comfort level of this thing is amazing. So it's just a really, really hard decision for me to make, quite honestly, of what I should do. And I told both of the guys coming to look at this car that if you're not ready to purchase, don't even bother, because once they're done looking at it, if they don't buy the car seriously, I don't think I'm going to sell it, at least not right away. I just feel like the money I'd have to put into this thing to really make it something that people would be interested in watching, I just don't know that I want to do it, because I love the Q50. That's what this channel was based on. The channel is where it is currently because of that car. So I feel like, moving funds and resources toward a different vehicle is kind of doing that car a disservice. Yeah. Downshift. Very subtle, but enjoyable. I just washed this thing up and vacuumed it all out. She's looking stellar and running so good. It's just a tough one. I just feel like there's unfinished business with this, but that's how this game goes, right, fellas? So I got a guy on his way from Georgia right now to take a look at the car, and he's bringing cash. So that's the story. That's where we're at right now. But I guess no matter what, whoever walks away with this vehicle is in for a treat. I mean, it's got new tires and all the major things have been done to it. All the major gaskets, obviously injectors, spark plugs, coil packs, O2 sensors. It's ready for modifying, and I think that's where a majority of the guys looking for this car right now want the car to be. I mean, that's what I was looking for. I wanted a little project, something to work on, something to learn about, and I definitely got that. So they're going to be pleased. It's a great starting point. It's in good shape. It's really clean. A little bit of a paint issue on the hood and the deck lid. I don't know if you can see it, but in the right sunlight, it looks like there's some swirls. It almost looks like somebody took a rag with sand in it and wiped the hood off. But I think we can polish through that. But otherwise, the body's in great shape. And like I said, she's ready to be modified. So like I said, a little bit bittersweet. It's always nice to get some cash and start shopping for a new project, but like I said, it's always a little bit sad when you feel like you're letting a car go and there's some unfinished business. But the guy should be here soon, and I'm probably not going to film the interaction, obviously, but I'll touch base back with you when he's out of here. I'll either be in the car or I won't be. Hold tight. Well, guys, I am clearly not in the BMW, but someone else is. Now, fellas, there she goes. I always get in a certain mood selling cars because if you haven't noticed, I have a tendency to develop sort of a personal attachment to these cars. So that makes me a little hesitant to give them up and put these cars into somebody else's hands, especially if you kind of get the vibe that they're wanting to strip it down, beat it up, and all that kind of stuff. But I didn't get the vibe actually from any of the guys that I've talked to over the last week, in particular the guy that stopped and looked at the car today. So that was good. I was comfortable right off the bat. Seemed like he had done a little bit of research, but he's never owned a BMW. So I said, hey, it's gonna be a lot of fun and you're gonna learn a lot. And gave him that whole spiel. Don't get intimidated, take your time, look at things, and you can do a lot of the work yourself. It's not hard. But he was familiar with a lot of the parts websites. I kind of directed him toward FCP Euro, take advantage of the warranty, etc., etc. He was really interested in hearing about the work that's been put into the car, some of the things that I would do. Went over a little bit of the quirks and the nuances and the idiosyncrasies that a 13-year-old 335i could have. And he's looking to have it for kind of a weekend driver. He doesn't have time for a project really necessarily right now, and just like I was saying earlier in the video, that's kind of where this car stands. A lot of the big stuff has been done and taken care of, and it's a great starting point right now for anybody that wants to either drive it or modify it. So I think he appreciated that. He appreciated the time and the work that's been put into the car so far, and he made an offer that was quite acceptable. So we made a deal happen. He's heading home to Georgia right now, so again, bittersweet. Seems to be in the hands of a good guy, and I'm okay with it. Now, on to the next thing.